What's up guys, it's Cody's Blue Collar Haulers. I'm going to do a really quick video today about the long awaited Red Bull can. So last video we talked about vinyl, actually 2 videos ago, about what you do with a raw dumpster all the way through the powder coat process, the vinyl process, cleaning it, caulking it, everything like that. Today we're going to go in depth really quickly and show you actually us doing the job and doing the work. So this can was in powder coat when we were talking. We tried something new. We did 2-tone powder coat, which I will be very straightforward with you, did not end up going that well. Okay, so I'll show you. We did the entire dumpster silver first, and then with powder coat you can't tape lines or anything because when you're applying the powder coat it's about 400 degrees, and if you were to apply tape it would just melt off the powder coat. And so our powder coat guys just got a piece of cardboard and kind of held it there as they powder coated it, and they had never done it before, so it was kind of just an experiment. So this side is different than that side. The other side, the 2-tone, is actually level on this line. This side it's a little lower, and so once I got it out of the powder coat shop I wasn't fully in love with it. We were just experimenting. It didn't cost me any more. I wasn't mad, just trying things out. But I did take some tape yesterday in the middle of a field in a windstorm and taped it down just to get a bit more crisp line. It's probably a little scawampus and these lines aren't going to be perfect, but we're going to get it done. You can't have every dumpster be perfect. This is a construction dumpster. Everybody's been wanting to see it for a while, so I figured we'll do a crappy one. I mean, it's not crappy. It's still powder coat. It's going to last longer than anything else. Still a quality dumpster. The lines are not straight, and that's it. I'm really, really picky, so in my mind, it's not as good as it could be. But we're going to put some vinyl on it. We're doing fully reflective on this can. We're going to do the Red Bull logo. So we're going to put yellow with my gear logo, and then put 2 bulls on each side and see if Red Bull likes it or if Red Bull sends me a lawsuit. So let's cut some vinyl. I've already got it all set up. The reflective yellow is on it first, and I'm just doing it as big as the cutter can go. So I can cut about 24-inch vinyl. I think I set the gear logo to be about 23 inches so it gives us some space, but I know that it's really tight. So let's cut it really quick and see how it goes. We're going to test connection, make sure it's all linked up, and start cutting. Alright, so this is the Titan 3 cutter. We talked about it last video. This is from uscutter.com. I don't work with them at all, but they are the best company to work with. When I order vinyl, they usually have it here in like 2 to 3 days. They're super fast. It's quality vinyl. I've had no problems, except I had one problem with vinyl being old, so it cracked when I put it on it. But other than that, it's all been really good. You can choose your levels of vinyl. So you can choose like 5300, 5500, 56, and then once you start getting into the 6000s of vinyl, I think it's more to like the ambulance style reflective, which is super expensive and it looks really good, but it's like $1,000 a roll, where here we're about 500 bucks a roll on this. So reflective vinyl, I'm going to try it on everything, see how it goes. It's going to look really good. This is a darker can. It's not my typical turquoise blue, but we're going to get it on. We're going to put the gear logo of the bulls. We'll probably put my gear logo here. Obviously, we always do the American flag here. My identification for the can up top, so I know what can it is, how long it's been in service, what size it is, and what number of the yardage can I have. So my new numbers I'm starting are going to be like, it'll be 24, it'll be 15, so the 15 cubic yard can. And then it'll be number 4, let's say, because it's my 4th 15 cubic yard can, and then the year, so 24. And that just gives me the ability to do some data and watch how long this can's been in service, how many jobs it's been on, and as I start to crunch data, it'll let us know how much money the can has made when we start getting into the really fine stuff. But obviously, we're not there yet, and so it's pretty simple. So let's go back to the cutter. It's just about finished. It's going to do the gear logo, and you'll see how close it gets on the bottom. And it cuts it out really fast. Yeah, see, it gets right 1/8 of an inch there. Okay, so we just finished the cutter. So all I'll do is push it down. We'll kick it out of the cutter, and long enough that we can still save vinyl. So I'm just going to come a little bit past it, come back and cut it. Now this is where it gets a lot of time-consuming work and nitpicky work. So we got Colton over here, Northside Seed, shout out. He's starting his own business right now, and we trade time for stickers. So I help him on stickers on his stuff, but he's cutting out the gear logo for us. This is our second one for the other side. All right, so we got the gear logo all weeded out. This is what takes the most amount of time. You just sit here with a pick and pull out the vinyl between everything so the words come out, and then you throw away the excess vinyl. So we got all these finished out. Colton's over here slapping this one on right now, and then we're gonna go cut the bulls. And we're all fired up over here. We're ready to roll. Test our connection.
The bull design.
So that's the bull, and this is reflective red as well. So you can see the shimmer on it. It's super bright. It looks super good, especially at nighttime. So our bull is all finished. We're going to scoot it out of here, make sure we don't cut the tail off, which we're about to. And then just cut it. And go weed it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just all cut out, and now we just got to pull the other side off. I mean, we're not even using a laser today because nothing really needs to be straight. It can be off, but we're just going to throw it up there. We're going to get a close idea. So Colton, you're going to want to go down a little bit. And we're going to come a little closer. Yeah, down a little more.
Just like that.
I think that's sick. Now we can just push your corner down pretty good, and we'll stand back. Pull it a little tighter.
I'm thinking you might want to go a little higher. No, your side's good, cool. I'm just saying like Cody in general too, but put it.
But you guys see that the horn is going into the gear.
Stick yours, Colton, and then step back. Step back like this.
Yeah, we'll stick this a little bit so you can actually see.
And then get that corner. Yeah.
I think the tail needs to go down a little bit, but other than that, I like it.
Yes, it does.
You guys down? I think I just broke my chair, dude. Man. Alright. Come down a bit. Perfect. Now tighten it up on your corners. Pull it pretty tight all the way around. Perfect. And then just stick it there. We're going to make sure. Nope, we're off now. Okay, go. Okay.
You want to give audio or?
How do you think? How does it look back there, Luke?
Good if you're not rubbing. I think you could maybe go a little lower still on the rear.
I can. Yep.
But when you kick it, it pushes the horn into the gear.
Well, then just move left a little. Unless you think, try and get that
Okay.
horn.
Okay.
But then it doesn't angle as much.
Come back.
I kind of like right there. Try and get that circle to be like right in the rounded part of the horn. Yeah, that looks good.
Even me to my button to be down again.
I like it.
It's okay. This is the shitty side anyway, so.
Is that good or no? Is that my butt is still up?
Yeah, but it has to be.
Because I thought that's how it was supposed to be, but. Do you like it like that or no?
I like. All right, wait. We're not ready. We got to pull this up because since we're on the weld, we have to do this side first, then work that way and down.
You know that we get to do it with the heat gun? Push it in?
Let's just try to pull it up. So this one right here, we didn't have any welds to work with or anything. I mean, we just went down, but it didn't have any problems. This one, we're on a new panel, so the weld is about a 1/4 inch drop. So it seems like the reflective vinyl doesn't bend or stretch as much as normal vinyl does. So typically we'll do this side off first, then we'll go to this side and go off the weld and then push down, and then use the heat gun a little bit, but reflective vinyl doesn't stretch as much as normal vinyl does. And so there's not a whole lot of play or else you'll tear it and then you'll have a crease between your vinyl. All right, so we couldn't actually figure out how to get this to work without it leaving lines. So we're just gonna cut down the weld where it changes, because basically we're working with 4 dimensions here, trying to get it all lined up. So we'll just do a crappy cut because it really doesn't matter. And then we'll cut all the way down. Now we can focus on this side a little bit more. And we might have a little bit of spacing there, but that's all right. See, so it'll match itself a lot better. And then it'll overlay just a bit on this. And then we'll stretch it, and I mean we'll see a little bit of gray, but that'll save us from having wrinkles go all the way through down to the tail. So it'll look a lot better now that we just cut it a little bit to make it fit. All right, now that we've got the first bowl on, it didn't really matter where we put it, but with the second one we want it to be exactly perpendicular. Did I use the right word there? Right? So they're the exact same and it looks the exact same. So now we're using the laser. We've got it on the tail. It's still a little hard because the hump of the bowl is not going to be exact, but the laser will help us eye it pretty close and get it as close as we can. So we're going to go back a little, Colton. All right, how are you? We need to come a little my way. Back.
My way?
Yep. Okay. Now align it with the laser, Luke here. There you go. I think we're pretty close.
So we got about an inch above the back
We're gonna be right
and on the tail. And then over here we got on the tail, inch above the back.
We're gonna be on it. We have to move it like 1/8 of an inch. Okay. How do you feel about that, Luke?
Hold on. I just bumped laser. You might be a little low on the hump.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
Your tail's not touching it. You're fine. It's pretty close.
Okay. Let me just eye it. All right, we're good. Let's do what we did because we've got this weld right here. So we're gonna want to do this side first, then work our way over to that on the other side of the weld. So we'll just. Okay, the most important step to vinyl is having a clean surface to work on. So typically I'll rub it down with alcohol. On this can, we did touch a little bit of these lines up with spray paint to make it more crisp. So I'm just wiping it down with a wet rag today, but typically I'll wipe it down with alcohol or not acetone, just alcohol. And then we'll clean it all up. Then we'll throw out the laser. I didn't do the laser on the last one. Got in a pickle, I should have. So I've got a laser up and down, because when I put my gear logo here, I want the gray to be on the one side of the logo and the blue on the other. And once you put that logo up to it, it's hard to see. So the laser will verify for us where that line is. And then we'll cut around this before we put it on, slap that on, and slap on the 2 bowls, get it on the road. Let's try it out. Alright, we're all finished up with the main part of the graphic. It looks super cool on camera. We did kind of a split with the 2-tone It should be centered pretty close. Now we're going to add red vinyl up here that says blue collar haulers. Get creative, maybe put some nutrition facts on it, talking about the hustle, something fun like that. Luke's got to go, but I'm going to wrap up and do the little things tonight, and we'll show you a glance at it tomorrow. Alright guys, it has been about a week. We thought we were going to be like the next day to have this slapped on and be able to show you guys, but I ran out of reflective on my very last bowl on the back door, so that just barely rolled in today, and we got sidetracked into another project, which means we ended up painting the hook on my Chevy for Waste Expo, and the box, the rollers, the hot bars, so that dragged me into a whole nother process that we'll show you in a walk around right after this. So we've got all the vinyl done. We're going to add this last bowl. So now our last most important thing to do on this dumpster is caulk, which has been something I've struggled with a ton, because no matter how good of a paint job you do, if your caulk doesn't work, it's still going to have rust streaks, like I'll show you up front. This can's only been out of powder coat maybe a couple weeks, and I caulked the front, and I had a little pin needle right here that got water in it and has already ran down our powder coat and left a rust streak, which drives me bonkers. So you can see the problem with powder coating is when you put it in the 400-degree oven, it's going to crack every caulk. So you can't caulk prior to powder coat, so you have to do it after, which makes it not look the greatest. And so we just are looking for new products that are going to work well. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm open to it. This is what it looks like when you caulk out during powder coat. So all this caulk was done before, and then when it went in the oven, it cracked, and obviously lets water run back through it. So it is not useful at all, anything after powder coat. So we are doing it after. It's kind of ugly, but it's better than having rust streaks run down your paint, fresh powder coat, anything like that. So let me know what you guys have found out. I'm still in the experimenting process and trying to find things out like that. But for now, we're just going to caulk it, get it back on the road, and get it outside. All right, really quick. So a lot of people ask what this number is, why it's so big. I don't have 152,000 dumpsters, but data is really important in this business. So I have created this number to let me know what size the dumpster is, what year the dumpster went into service, and what number that is of this cubic yard size. So obviously this is a 15 cubic yard can. It was brought into service 2024. And the reason I have this is so I can track how much money it's made when it gets beat up, when it's ready for a new powder coat job, things like that. And so we can really plug data into it and know how to run the business, okay? But that's just a side note. Sometimes you can do it different. You can do just 15. So if you have drivers that are new, they're not going to know what dumpster they're picking up. I've had that happen before. Just when I go out of town and people help me out. But let's go check out what I've been working on for the last 3 days, which was kind of just an out of context event. But with Waste Expo coming, I decided to get into painting my hook lift. So we've got it all fully blue. The hook went blue. These rollers went blue. Hot bars went blue. Blacked out a few things. Blacked out the parts on my toolbox. And then we just started putting some reflective blue collar hauler stickers everywhere, because advertising is pretty important to us. So this is pretty cool. Now we just got to get the Red Bull can out. We got to touch up the USPS can, but let me go show you guys what that looks like and what the mistakes I made on that was. All right, on my USPS can, I talked about how I went a little cheaper route and didn't do reflective vinyl. Well, it came back to bite me in the butt pretty quick. I still used what I thought was good vinyl. It said it was like 6 to 8 year outdoor durability. But the day I got it out there, I went to the car wash and washed it, and it just chipped off and cracked. So last night I pulled it off. I got new vinyl here, but I'm going to clean it up, make it look a little bit better before Waste Expo. But brings me back to like, oh, let's only use reflective vinyl, or at least a lot better grade than what I was using, because it sucks to have to do it again. Whereas if we would have just done it the first time and spent like the extra $12 on premium vinyl. So that's something we learned. All about experimenting here. So gonna tear it off and start over again. We're headed to Vegas, baby. We're about 30 minutes out. We'll be at Waste Expo in just an hour. Luke stayed up late last night editing this video, so we're gonna get it out for you today. I appreciate you guys watching, following along the journey, seeing us learn and try new things and see what's gonna work best for the market. Please, if you're attending Waste Expo, reach out to me. Let's grab some dinner, get some drinks, go play some blackjack. Just kidding, I'm not that good of a gambler. But reach out to me at Waste Expo, and I hope to see you guys all at Dumpsters in the Desert on Friday. It's going to be a great event, so I look to meeting you all, and see you on the next one.